jingle bell rock, jingle bell swing.
Hi everyone, it's Vicky here from Crafty Heaven, and thank you very much for joining me today, and thank you for joining me on our final project using boxes from the Papercraft Society Advent Calendar. So today's boxes we are using 22 to 25, and we're going to be making this notebook holder that has a pen as well, and this would be nice as a birthday gift to someone, and they could have it in their bag and just keep notes or journal on the notebook that is inside. So as you can see, we have the pen on the side here, and then we open it up to reveal our notebook that we got in one of the boxes, and I've used the embossing folder as well, and then they can just journal away to their heart's content. So I hope that you enjoy this project, and let's get started. So to make this project, we are using the embossing folder, the foam pads, the die set, and also the notebook that are in boxes 22 to 25. And then I'm also using some other products from the previous boxes as well. I'm also using a square die and a scallop square die, and I have also used Simply Made Crafts digital download, and this is one of her papers, and this is called Moving Paper Pad. So let's put all this to one side, and we're going to start off by making the sleeve for our notebook to go in. So I'm using some yellow card, and you will need to cut this down to 11.5 inches by 8.25. Along the 11.5 inch side, we will score at 1, 1.5, 2, and 2.5. Then at 6 3/4 and 7.25, and then alongside the 8.25 inch side, we will score again at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 7.25, and 7.75. So that's all the scoring done. So before we do any folding, we're going to do some trimming. So I have marked the areas that we need to trim on our card. Okay, so this first corner, you'd have this 1 inch square, and then you've got these 6 little squares. You're going to cut that all off completely. So I'm going to do that. And then you'll do the same to the opposite side. Then it will look like that. And then on this side, you'll have these 2 large rectangles and these 2 little squares. Cut them off completely and do the same on the opposite side. Okay, and then we're just going to trim this first section at an angle on both ends. Now we're going to fold on our score lines. Now we've done our trimming. So on the left side here, you'll have this 1 inch section and then 3 1/2 inch sections. The first score line you're going to leave as it is. The second score line, we're going to do a mountain fold. Then the third score line, a valley fold, and then the last one, a mountain fold. So then it will look like that. But we're going to open this back up, and you'll see this third score line, we're just going to fold that into a mountain fold, just so then we can tick mark this section for our pen to slot in. So you're going to get a pen and a ruler, and from the top here I'm going to mark about 3/4 of an inch down, Okay, and then from that tick mark I'm going to do about 1/2 inch, like so. Still folded, we're going to get our scissors and we're just going to trim that to the score line. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to open this back up and again reinforce those score lines. So the first one you'll leave as it is, the second one a mountain fold, this third one a valley fold, and the last one a mountain fold. And then this bit that we've cut, we're going to push that out like so. So then when we fold this up, that is what it will look like. So we need to add our adhesive, and we are going to add it just to this top section here. So I'm going to add that on there, and then along this area here. We're going to leave this area free of adhesive. Then we're going to attach this onto that adhesive, okay, and then that will stick that down. So then when you fold that back up, that's what it will look like. So now what we need to do is we need to fold on these other score lines, and all we're going to do is just fold them in like so. So do that on both sides, and the same for these two here. Fold them over and just reinforce that with your bone folder. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add some adhesive just to this 1 inch panel here, and then we're going to fold that up and glue them together like that, and the same on this side. So, and then we have made a pocket for our notebook to go in, and then that will fold over like so. Our pen will go into like so. White cardstock here, and this measures 4 1/8 by 6. That's going to go on there like so. Then I have some patterned paper. This measures 4 by 5 7/8. That's going to go on top of there, so I'm going to glue them down. Okay, so that's now added. So the opening for this is 2 inches. Yeah, so the opening for this is around 2 inches. So I've added some acetate to the back, I've added some foam tape, and you want to make sure that there's no gaps because we're going to add our sequins in there and we don't want to have any that will escape. So I'm actually going to peel off the backing on the adhesive first before I add my sequins. Okay, so I've peeled off the backing on there, and I'm just going to add these buntings on there so then I can see where I want to place this. So this happy birthday sentiment and the buntings were from the die set. Okay, so I want to add some of these beautiful sequins that we got in one of the boxes, and just place some on the front here a bit higher. Okay, and then I'm going to press that down. That's what it looks like, and I think it's really cute. Now before I add the rest of the embellishments, I want to add some white ribbon. So I'm going to place some adhesive onto the back here and then wrap it around, so then it will keep that closed, and I can tie a nice bow here and then add my embellishments on there. So I'm going to have that on the top. I'm going to have the happy birthday on the bottom here like so, and then I'm going to add this ephemera that I got from the paper pad and place that on there. Okay, so there we go. So that's the front done. Apart from, I just need to add a diamante on there in the notebook. Okay, and we're going to decorate the front. So I have a piece of pink card, and this measures 4 by 5 3/8. That's going to go on there. Then I've got some pattern paper that I've actually embossed with the embossing folder, and as you can see, it has teared it a little bit, but I've kept the corner bit here, so then once I've stuck that down, we won't see that has teared. So I'm going to stick them down. Okay, so there we go. So now I've added that. I've got my sentiment that I got from one of the other boxes, and I'm using the foam pads that we got in the box as well. That's in the center there. And then I've got one of the flowers from the other boxes. Again, I've added some foam tape to one side, and then the other side I'm going to add a bit of liquid glue. And I'm going to add that there, like so. And then I'm just going to leave that as it is, because I wanted to show off that embossing. And then all we need to do is just add it inside our sleeve like that. You can also decorate the inside if you wish, but I'm not going to do that today. And then we just tie this back up. So there we go. So I hope that you enjoyed this project, and it is my last tutorial for this year, so please join me in the new year, and I hope you all have a Merry Christmas, and I will see you all very soon. Take care. Bye.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing